What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys, the Princess Bride Deluxe figure of Fezzik. Now, priorly, I have reviewed the rest of the figures in this series, so go check those out. I have, you know, they were a little bit ago, but I just got Fezzik now along with Mirio on Amazon, so I know it took a while, I'm sorry about that, but he just didn't hit stores near me. I don't know if he was even in stores anywhere yet. So saw he was in stock on Amazon, said, hey, still need to pick him up. So I thought I went ahead and do that. So you get the Princess Bride there, you get Fezzik on the side with the mountains, and then McFarlane Toys on the back. You get to see Andre there, the Princess Bride on the top. The Princess Bride on the top too with like a little cut of a window. I think it's supposed to be like drapes. And then you get Pirate Roberts, Inigo Montoya, and of course Princess Buttercup, which you can see still says red dress. So hopefully we get a couple more figures from here. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple more. And then you get, you know, Dread Pirate Roberts and the Princess Buttercup on there too. And then if you are looking for him, maybe he is hitting Walmarts or Targets. There's the barcode. But with that being said, I believe that's all it is for the packaging. So let's go ahead, pop the big guy out. So taking Andre the Giant out of the packaging, I gotta say, he's pretty cool. He's actually got a lot more, but better articulation than I initially thought. And the head sculpt looks pretty good for what Andre the Giant looked like in the movie. I mean, Andre's not a particularly good-looking man, so I think that they replicated that pretty good in a non-insulting and non-bad way, I guess is the best way to put it. I think it looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt here. Gotta like bend it up a little bit because, you know, he is so tall on the camera. But I think that looks pretty good. I like the way that they did the face with the print, like the printing technology. And I think the hair turned out okay. His hair is hard to replicate, but I do like that they gave him the mutton chops. The sculpt looks really nice. I think from most angles it looks like him. I don't know about the side eye, but I guess that's like McFarlane's thing now. I don't know. But going into the burlap sack of his like outfit, I think it looks just like it does in the movie. The texture looks great. You do get like this like slight little dry brush over the whole thing, and it really does make it pop. You get the strings here. His hands look big and sausagey, as they should. I mean, he's Andre the Giant, you know, they're gonna look big and sausagey, so I like that a lot. You get the belt here with some nice texture, the silver paint belt into the buckle, and then you get like this little bit softer plastic to match the top. There are the legs with the baggy pants. They're like kind of weird looking when you bend them, which I'll show in the articulation segment, but the paint is there, and I like that they used the different paint with all the different striations and stripes of the purple, and I think that looks pretty cool. And then you get the leathery boots that also look very nice. You get the dry brush on the boots, so that looks cool and leathery. I like that a lot. So overall, I think that the sculpt of this guy is absolutely beautiful. McFarlane does a great job with the texture, but I also think that the paint worked pretty good too. I think maybe some paint on the strings would have been nice, but other than that, I really don't see anywhere that's lacking. Maybe a dry brush on the belt, like a wash on the belt to make it look a little bit more leathery, but overall, I think it looks pretty good for what it is. But it does come with two cool accessories, so let's go ahead and look at those. So first off, he comes with the rock that he just bonks on the dude's head, and I like that a lot. I think that's a really cool little detail. He's like, we'll do it my way, and he just bangs him on the head with the rock. Pretty cool. It doesn't necessarily stick in his hand too well. You gotta like find that sweet spot, and it will stick in there, kind of like that. But that looks pretty cool. I don't know why it's not focusing on the rock, but it does look pretty cool. I like the dry brush. It looks like a good, like, actually it looks like a rock, which is pretty cool. So I'm definitely gonna have him holding the rock. But then you also do get the peanut from the carnival, which also looks pretty cool. Sorry, my fingers are a little ugly right now, but oh, there it is. But the peanut looks sculpted good, but I don't really know how he's supposed to hold this. He can barely hold the rock. There's no way he's going to be able to hold the peanut. You could kind of get him, like, I think it was meant to go like this, like in between his fingers. But you really got to balance it if that's what you're going to do. You really got to get it like wedged in there at the exact right angle, and that could be kind of difficult to do. Or of course you could just have him like sit it in his hand, but I don't really know if that has the same effect. So, and of course he comes with a useless figure stand, but you know, not that big a deal. Let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation because it's not bad for what it's supposed to be. So taking a look at Fezzik's articulation, the head actually does look up pretty good. Not that he's going to have to look up to most people, and not down so much. And then pivot side to side and swivel. Of course, you know, you get that stickiness or squeakiness that McFarlane's kind of known for. The shoulders move up very far, down, or very up, very far up. Words. Down, rotate 360. No bicep swivel. You get a swivel at the single jointed elbow that moves in that far. And then you get a wrist hinge and swivel. The hinge is kind of tight on the hands, and they got that weird, ugly joint, but I don't know why they can't learn how to do a simple hinge joint on a wrist. It's not that hard. But he'll pivot to the sides a little bit, rotate and crunch forward and back just a little bit, just enough to get you to move around. But I'm honestly okay with that. That doesn't bother me. The hips are really, really tight, but they will give you the splits almost. So that's pretty cool. You get those huge like pegs in there. They'll kick forward not too far, so he'll kick forward that far, and then back not so much. It will rotate a little bit in there, but nothing too crazy. And then he has single jointed knees that move in that far. No rotate at the boot, which I don't really understand why. And then the ankles hinge up and down and pivot, which is cool. I wish he would do all of his ankles like this, just modify it a little bit. And then the toe hinge. But other than that, you know, not really much to talk about. But honestly, I think that's good enough for Fezzik. He doesn't really do much acrobatic stuff, just kind of big brute stuff as he's meant to do in the movie. Now, this guy's going to run you $40, so obviously that means he's a deluxe figure. But unfortunately, my other Princess Bride figures are back at home. So here he is next to our Zombie Cap. If Zombie Cap stands up straight for a minute, you know, Fezzik's a big boy. He is a big boy. I don't think Andre the Giant is that... Actually, he probably is in real life. He's probably that big. I don't know. Or he was. So, but, you know, it's a decent-sized figure for $40. And I think with the accessories included, I think it's kind of worth the price. So, just thought I'd throw that in there. So, I know you guys are asking yourselves, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of this fig? And I got to say, for what he's supposed to be, he's pretty awesome. I mean, again, as I said in my other Princess Bride video, I never was like asking for Princess Bride figures. I kind of forgot this movie existed. And then when they went ahead and released them, I was like, oh, that was a thing. Watched it again, realized that the movie's so bad that it's good. And got all the figures. That's what I do. It's what I do. But, you know, so be it. I like toys. But if I was to give this figure a rating at a price point of around $40, I would give it an 8. I think the knees are pretty ugly. I think they could have done that differently. And honestly, I think a couple more accessories. I always think that he's a little bit smaller of the Megafigs. Yeah, he's tall, but he's not like really wide. To get him for $40 versus getting like Swamp Thing for $40 or those things from The Witcher for $40, I lean more toward those than this guy, but you know, that could just be me. You let me know what you're thinking. But with all that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It is always greatly appreciated when you do those things. Be sure to also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting a lot recently on TikTok, and it's a lot of fun on there. So try to get me up on there a little bit more. We're almost to 500. If we can get to 500 soon, I would love to do a live stream, hopefully by the end of the month of February at the time of this recording, or like mid-February, because I don't think we'll be able to get there by January, unfortunately. But, you know, what are we going to do? So, I think that's all I got for today. So, as always, let me know. You coppin'? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.